but it's called Put Your Name on Me by Travis Greene. And then ironically too, we had a guest worship leader at our church, and it just so happened to be a gentleman named Tony Fresh, which just so happens to be the featured singer on this track. So kind of cool that we had the opportunity to not only have him worship lead for us, but now I get to demo the song that I heard him sing. So yeah, we can go ahead and move over to my notes. And so yeah, this, I like the same simplicity in the verses, even though there are some differences. But to me, with worship songs, consistency is key, because if you don't have, simplicity with complexity, it just ends up being either too hard or too easy, right? So with this song, that's kind of what I see just as a listener. And so you'll notice first verse, we're just on the 1. Then we have a 2 minor to the 4, right? And before we talk about the chorus, we're going to jump to verse 2. Now you have 1, and it only just goes to the 4. And then that's basically it. Now for me, I don't know if it was a melodic choice or what, but to me, I would have probably inevitably tried just doing the 4 first, and then the second time around doing the 2 minor to the 4. It's like a dynamic thing, right? We're building a song, we're writing a story, we're adding new chords, new characters, right? But regardless, it's on the chart there, so you just read it. Now I know, so I don't talk about the chorus necessarily. I like the bridge chords, of course. But I want to say, 6 minor to 1, 6 minor 1/3, 2 minor 4, 6 minor 5. Not too crazy. Depending on what key you're into, it might get a little harder to jump around that much, but overall, pretty chill change. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the bridge. And then before I go any further, the song is in 6/8. So, you get that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I do like the 1. I'm getting really into 2 minors recently. But it's one of those things, like, I would love to incorporate 2 minors into more of my own music. So, either starting on it, kind of like Cody Carnes, I'm caught up in your presence. They start on the 2, which is dope. Or what is it? In the River. In the River's got a lot of, it leans on the 2 minor, which is cool. But let's see what other notes I have. Now we're just gonna listen to the bridge second bridge, sorry. But then one last thing is, so we do the chorus again, and then there's a section that says tag, right? Well, 9 times out of 10, I normally don't force myself to write tags anywhere, especially if it's literally the end of a chorus, like the last line of a chorus. But in this case, they almost use it as, like, I guess the better term would be refrain. But because they're actually using 2 lines from the end of the chorus, it almost feels like a different, like an added section. So tag and or refrain. Tag, when you use the term tag, it implies that you loop it. So with refrain, I don't think that's necessarily implied. So I do lean on tag more for this case. But so you're going to notice later in the song, they actually just plug that tag in between other sections. So unless it's like the very end of a song and they're just tagging it a couple times, I sometimes won't chart that. But for this case, it makes a lot of sense. And then you'll notice too, this 5/7 chord, which I think they do at the very, very, very end. I think it's the last tag. They'll add that 5/7. So, but yeah, we're going to play the bridge. I don't know if you guys thought there was another page, but there is. So here we are. And I think this is a good one to play. Let's see. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So we'll go to the bridge.
I put your name on it. You put your name on me. I wouldn't see.
This is one.
Thought it
this is the first bridge. Sorry, my bad. Now we're in the chorus here. And Tony Fresh has a very unique voice. It's hard to describe. All right, now this should be 6 minor. Now we're gonna have some builds, some hits, some licks. Oh, no. Lick. I'm gonna push this in. 1/3, 2 minor. Sorry to cut it short there on the I don't know, just sometimes cutting a song just feels bad, right? Because it's like building and it's trying to get somewhere. But yeah, so we have the little lick thing, which we don't necessarily write out here for that 6 minor in the middle. It's very hard. It's very faint. It's very it's not like an afterthought. I'm sure they actually planned it out, but for whatever reason, in the little stems that I churn out through Logic, you really couldn't find those details. It almost seemed like a bass player was just jamming something, and they're like, "Oh, we should all play that," but it wasn't as defined as you would hope. It wasn't like up in the mix. But regardless, you could play anything with your team, or not play anything. Just play the 6 minor, and just have the drummer kind of do a little fill. So, but the push for the 1/5/7 6 minor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So it's I call it a push, right? Push usually implies on the and of something. So right, but in this case, it's because it's in 3. I don't know. It's easier for me to put that than like start on the beat 4 of the second bar, blah, blah, I don't want to do all that. So push just means, hey, it's not on the beat necessarily in a common place. But yeah, we got the refrain. There's that tag again, right? Then we have this interlude. Now, the funny thing about the interludes is they don't all repeat. So you'll notice, and we'll listen to it because I think it's after this part. But yeah, you'll notice, I'll try to count it with you guys. So here we go.
And you'll never leave
So in the tag.
Something happens when we call. You always move.
That was 7, 5/7. Interlude 1, 1/3.
Right there. We call the name G.
Now we're at the 1. So now we're at interlude 2. 2 minor. 4.
Consistency in the name.
Still at interlude 2.
Consistency in the name.
This really depends on your team, honestly.
Power in the name of.
Now we're at interlude 3.
Healing in the name of. Oh, how I love the name.
Oh, back to interlude 2. So you see, so interlude 1 didn't repeat. Interlude 2 did. Interlude 3 didn't repeat, but interlude 2 did. Now let's see if that keeps continuing. Nope, didn't repeat. Bridge 3. Okay, before we listen to this part, I'm just gonna flat out say it. It's weird. It feels weird. It almost feels like it's someone trying to play straight in a shuffle. So if you feel weird listening to it, I do too. But it's still theory-based wise. It's not wrong. It's just a different thing. It's just sometimes that's what we do with bridges. We intentionally make them so different from the normal song that it could and or would or should be awkward or be different, and it takes you out of the normal song. But yeah, so I call it the marching section. And it feels like it's in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And on Planning Center / Song Select, CCLI, they say it's 6/8 because of the way that they're even doing this part. It's more of a 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Why can't I count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That's hard to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's this long 4-bar kind of shuffle. And then we have more random parts in the builds. Actually, no, that might have been in the interludes. I'm not going to lie. But 1/3. 7, 6, 2 minor. I know it's here. Builds. Six, 2. Refrain. So we're in refrain 2 right now. All right, here comes the line. So obviously we didn't chart that out. But I'm pretty sure that's in the intro. I keep forgetting to listen to the intro before I do these videos. But yeah, then they end on the tag. Once again, bringing that back to finish it. But overall, a pretty decently challenging song, but also simple. It can be simple. You could literally do a simplest version of this. Don't do any substitutions. Don't do the pushes, the licks, and don't do the lines. And it would be pretty nice. So overall, dig it.